How's it going, everyone? I'm Okari. Welcome to a brand new playthrough here on the channel. Today we're going to be starting Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle. This is a detective attorney game. Basically, if you know what Phoenix Wright is, it's essentially like a fan game, but not a fan game. I don't know how else to put it. It looked really cool. I'm always looking for cool RPG Maker type games. I think it's RPG Maker. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like one. But I thought we could hop into it, play it, and have some fun. Oh, already. A crummy laptop. No. There's no time to browse Reddit today. Okay, I guess that's just where we start. A desktop printer. So that means it's useless. Seriously, digital cameras and computers have come so far. Why are printers still useless? Start chapter 1? Yeah. Hello? Nina! Where are you? I'm... Bill and Defense and Law Office. November 5th, 9:12 a.m. Why aren't you at the courthouse? Have you forgotten what day it is? Just give me a sec, would you? Still at the office. Last thing I remember was reviewing the case file. Guess I fell asleep. Never mind that. Get down here right now. I got my hands full with the defendant. Can't mother you as well. Of all the times to fall asleep. I better get to the courthouse. Alright. Off we go. Wait, hold on. Did I... No time to take a shower. I need to get to the courthouse. Okay. Not that way. Guess it's here. Ugh, don't even have time to take a shower. Chapter 1. First Flight. District Courthouse, Defendant Lobby C, November 5th, 9:24 a.m. Miss Aquila! Your supervisor was here. And she seems really mad. Nina! She kind of scares me. Anya, I got here as quickly as I could. You were supposed to be here an hour ago. I've had to arrange transportation for the defendant and... Did you come via the gym or something? I ran here. Right after you woke me up in the office. Everything okay? Everything is fine. Nina's a real pro under pressure. Aren't you? Of course! Everything's gonna be fine. In any case, we'd better get to the courthouse. Meryl, the bailiff will come to collect you shortly. Just hang on for a couple more minutes. Nina, one last thing. Oh, got my ID card. You've earned this. Finally, my own defense attorney ID. You nervous? A little, I guess. I'll be there to help you out. This maybe wasn't the best start to your last supervised trial, but just remember, you're one of the brightest young lawyers I've ever supervised. Really? What? I could say nice things. Just walk in, sit on your bench, and stay focused on your client's innocence. Now get going. Join you at the bench. Just like Anya said, all I've got to do is head to my bench. It should be past the gallery, then on the left. Who's the new guy? The prosecutor? That's Chad Hawk. They say he's a real prodigy, but a stickler for procedure. Don't get nervous. All rise for the Honorable Judge Tawny. Please be seated. We are here today in observance of the case of Meryl Tidefell. Prosecutor Hawk, are you prepared? Are you prepared for the case? As always, Your Honor. As always, Your Honor. Miss Aquila? Seriously, I've known him for... Okay. Miss Aquila. Yes, Your Honor. Psst. What did I tell you about staying focused? Now that I have your attention, I trust you've crafted a reasonable attempt at a defense? I'm ready, if that's what you mean. Very well. Mr. Hawk, please state the prosecution's case. Of course, Your Honor. Emergency services were called to the Greenacre camping grounds in the early hours of November 1st. A fire had broken out in the facility's main building, which spread to some of the smaller buildings. Meryl was arrested leaving the scene. The prosecution asserts that she started the fire to facilitate insurance fraud, and we intend to establish her motive through witness testimony. Seems pretty confident. He talks a good fight. Find out if he's got the chops.
Order.
I didn't have to talk. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant. Defendant, can you confirm your name and occupation? Why is she wearing that costume? Damned if I know. If a certain someone had gotten here earlier, they might have been able to fix that. Subtle. Miss Tidefell? Meryl Tide... Speak up! Meryl Tidefell, Your Honor! So you do have a voice. Well, at least she got her name right. I perform secretarial work at the camping ground and assist with event planning. Which is why you were there on the evening in question? Ordinarily, yes. But that night I was actually there for a party. Also, I was on a date. What's that? I was on a date! I see. My report says that you were arrested after the building caught fire, hours after the party ended. Why were you still on the site at the time? I had to close up the site. But when I spotted the fire, I ran to get help. And that's when you were arrested? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Meryl, you stand accused of arson. How do you plead? I mean... Not guilty. Miss Tidefeld, the court recognizes your plea. Prosecution, bring forth your first witness. Here we go. Huh? I know you've done this before, but as this is your last supervised trial, I'll follow you in one last time how this all works. Hawk's about to bring out a witness. We'll give a statement. Listen to it. Try to focus on the little details. You're looking for an inconsistency, a flaw of some kind, which shows the witness is lying or just mistaken. Don't worry about memorizing the statement, though. You'll be able to recap it afterward. Look for inconsistencies. Got it. Witness, please confirm your name and occupation. Jackie Marsden, Your Honor. I work as a graphic designer for Rookery. Rookery Corporation. Yes, ma'am. Please tell us how you came to be involved in this incident. Okay. Witness statement. I saw Meryl leaving the camping grounds after the party, while the building was on fire. If I'm honest, Meryl's always been a bit of an oddball. As far as I could see, no one else was there. You must have started the fire. Why else would she be running around late at night dressed as a fire mage? That's very well. Miss Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, Nina, let's get this show on the road. Now we get onto the main event, cross-examination. Going to remind you how this works, or are you good to go? I can do with help. How do we cross-examine again? I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Cross-examination is where we do our stuff. In a moment, you'll be able to review the witness's statement from before. It's split into segments, be easier to work with. For each part of the statement, you do several things. You can continue to move on to the next segment of the statement or go back to the previous segment. If you continue after the last segment, just go back to the start. So don't worry about that. You can press the witness for a bit more information about the segment. You could probably start by doing this for every segment. You can also open menu to save state of your game, so you can resume from there later. You try to save frequently. Save the state of the... Moving on. I think you brushed over... Moving on. You can also review and present evidence, but we don't have any evidence right now. We'll come back to that later. Are you good to go? Alright, let's go. Saw Meryl leaving the campground after the party, while the building was on fire.
Hold it!
Are you sure it was her? It was dark after all.
Objection!
Really, Aquila? There was a building on fire nearby. It's more than enough light. I suppose he has a point. Yes, I'm quite certain. Also, if I'm honest, Meryl's always been a bit of an oddball.
Hold it!
An oddball? Yeah, she's a bit weird. Bit of a stretch, though. Say she'd burn down a building. She just means that she's quite a bit of a nonconformist, Aquila. Like I said, a bit weird. As far as I could see, no one else was there.
Hold it!
How could you be certain? The campgrounds only has one exit, and I was there. Anyone else would have had to have passed me.
Hold it!
That's pure conjecture. It's her opinion. The court recognizes that this is purely the witness's opinion. There was one more thing.
Hold it!
Thought she was arrested in the morning on November 1st. Well, it was the early hours, around 3 a.m. Why was she there? Yeah, that is important. Yes, I believe it's important. I agree. Witness, can you please add this to your statement? I saw Officer Flatfoot arrest her at around 3 a.m. Okay. Something isn't right about this. I think we're overlooking something obvious. Okay.
Hold it.
Jackie, you don't like Meryl very much, do you?
Objection.
The witness's likes and dislikes are not on trial here. Sustained. Miss Aquila, please try to stay on topic. Your Honor, please humor me for a moment. Jackie, you've made it very clear that you find Meryl's costume to be strange. It is strange. Really? I don't think it's strange at all. Miss Aquila, I warn you not to waste the court's time. Is this important? Yes. It's of vital importance, Your Honor. The defense asserts that Meryl's unusual outfit might seem strange at first glance, except on one night of the year, where it would be considered normal. Halloween.
Objection.
The witness was arrested on November 1st.
Objection.
He was arrested at 3 a.m. after attending a Halloween party.
Order.
Music slaps. Your Honor, I assert that Meryl's attire was wholly appropriate on the night she was arrested. I see. Yes, I believe your logic is sound, Miss Aquila. And as the witness's testimony seems to fixate on Meryl's costume, the defense moves that this testimony is considered unreliable. Well, she did start the fire. She's a freak, a pyromaniac. Really seems to hate Meryl for some reason. I better take note of that. Witness, you will cease your outbursts immediately. Mr. Hawk, do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to add at this time? No. The prosecution moves to call the next witness. Very well. Bring in your second witness. The prosecution calls Detective Randall Flatfoot to the stand. Hello again, Randy. How's your wife and little Ryan? We're both fine, Your Honor. The Ryan is teething. What? Oh, poor thing. In truth, I haven't had much sleep for a few weeks. What's happening? Your Honor, if I may. Oh, yes, of course. How did you become involved in this? Detective? Well, it was something of a coincidence. I actually live very near Greenacre Campgrounds, so I saw the light from the fire from a distance. I ran to see what was going on, and in the process, I bumped into Jackie Marsden and the defendant, mid-confrontation. When I walked up, Jackie was accusing Meryl of setting fire to something. Sure enough, Meryl was carrying some fire-lighting equipment. That fire-lighting equipment sounds important. Make note of that. I arrested her on the spot. And how, may I ask, was the victim's demeanor when you did that? Whoa, 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 hang on there.
Objection.
Your Honor, I find it in poor taste to microanalyze the client's conduct while she was being arrested. I agree, Your Honor. You do? He does. Your Honor, the prosecution has not charged the witness with resisting arrest. It would be inappropriate for us to consider her actions during the arrest as evidence. Quite right, quite right. Exchange shall be stricken from the records. Carry on, Detective Flatfoot. Yes, Your Honor. For convenience, I was placed in charge of the police investigation into the fire. What did you find? Firstly, I can confirm that Meryl Tideville is indeed an employee of Greenacre Camping Grounds. She has worked for them for a number of years and is considered an exceptional employee. We We also looked at the web page for the campsite, and Meryl was visible in 2 photographs on the site. This one from last year, and this one from the party the evening in question. Okay. If you want to review those pictures again, you can do it so later when we cross-examine. Already, I can see an important difference between them. Also, we found something else. I can already guess what he's going to say here. Green Acre Campgrounds was circling bankruptcy. Being clear, this is speculation, but an intentional fire to defraud an insurer would be one way out of that situation. Of course, we have no conclusive proof of that at present. Don't forget the last part, Detective. Oh right. A detailed forensics analysis will take a few weeks. But we can already be sure that the fire was deliberate, so not a gas leak, electrical fault, or lightning strike. Thank you, Detective. Be prepared to make a formal statement. Ready and willing, Your Honor. Okay. I came over to the site after seeing the signs of a fire from a distance. When I arrived, Jackie and Meryl were arguing. The main building and some of the smaller buildings were already ablaze. Meryl was carrying some campground stuff, including firelighting equipment. Can't think of another reason why she'd have it, other than to start a fire. Very well, Miss Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. There must be another reason she'd have that equipment. Alright. Well done with that last witness. Pressing them for more information did the trick. This time though, I think we're going to need to present some evidence. You want me to remind you how to present evidence? No, I didn't know what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure I figured that out already. I came over to the site after seeing the signs of a fire from a distance. Okay, let's check our evidence really quick because I want to check out those photos again. Okay, she's lighting a fire. Okay, I already see some kind of interesting connection here. Meryl's making a fire. Jackie is talking to someone named Travis. But in the second photo, Meryl is talking to Travis while Jackie is staring from a distance. What were they arguing about? In truth, I'm not sure. They stopped talking as I approached. The main building and some of the smaller buildings were already ablaze.
Hold it.
How bad was it? Pretty bad. They were upwind though, so it seemed safe. I called the fire department right away. They turned up quickly. Meryl was carrying some campground stuff, including fire lighting equipment. Alright, we got evidence for this. Right there. This piece of evidence clearly refutes the witness's statement. I don't see how that's relevant. It isn't, is it? Okay, whoops.
Penalty.
That's not when I should have used it. I came over to the site after seeing the signs of fire from a distance. When I arrived, Jackie and Meryl were arguing. It was around 3 a.m. The main building and some of the smaller buildings were already ablaze. Meryl was carrying some campground equipment, including firelighting equipment. Ah, there we go. That's it. Boom.
Objection!
Detective, do you carry a firearm? Yes, I do. Department Standard Issue 225er. You consider that a dangerous object?
Objection!
Your Honor, the witness has the legal right to carry a firearm and is compelled to do so by his profession. Thank you, Mr. Huck. What? What's your point, Aquila? In some situations, a person carrying a firearm would be considered dangerous. However, we trust the detective here because he is in a profession where he makes use of firearms. Get to the end, Miss Aquila. Gladly, Your Honor. My client is a long-served employee of a camping ground, a place that traditionally permits campfires. In fact, you can see her tending to a fire in this very photograph. The defense attorney is right. It does look like her in the photo. Order in the court. Mr. Hawk, can you offer an explanation for this inconsistency? No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Your Honor, as the detective's testimony was based around it being strange for Merrill to be carrying that equipment, the defense moves that this testimony be considered, can't say the word, to this case. I'm obligated to agree, Miss Aquila. I see no alternative but to ask you to relinquish the stand. Randy. Always a pleasure, Judge Tawny. Am I imagining things or flatfooting the judge? No, you're not imagining things. Apparently he was a bit of a heartbreaker in his day. What's that? Oh, nothing important. I trust you have another witness, Mr. Hawk? I do. Then let's keep this moving. Bring in your third witness. Witness, please confirm your name and occupation. Travis Bright, lead singer and frontman of Brachiosaurus Rex. Brachio. I assume that to be some sort of musical group. You don't get much out, do you, Tawny? I don't listen to crap. Talk about taking no prisoners. You got directions to the nearest burn ward? Now, Mr. Bright, I would have you refer to me as Your Honor. What's that? Yes, Your Honor. Still can't argue with the results. If I may, Mr. Bright, your friend Merrill was arrested, so in her case, I understand. But why are you still wearing that ridiculous outfit? Oh, this? This is what I was wearing at the scene. I thought it was customary to wear the same clothes for the hearing. Customary wear, Cloud Cuckoo Land? Fine. With that established, can you explain how you came to be involved in this incident? Of course. Merrill, Jackie, and I have known each other since grade school. The Greenacre Halloween party has become a bit of a tradition. This is our 5th time attending. We dress as characters from our favorite video game from when we were kids, Dragon Fantasy V. I thought Dragon Fantasy 6 was the better one. They lost their charm when the series went to 3D. I always preferred 7. Casuals, clearly 3 is superior. Carry on, Mr. Bright. Early in the evening, I met up with Jackie for a quick smoke before the... Oh, there we go. Early in the evening, I met up with Jackie for a quick smoke before the party. He smokes? Not that much. I guess you'd call us social smokers. Though she'd kill me for bringing that up. She doesn't like people to know. I tend to vape. Of course you do. So, you met up with her before the party? Yep. Good for her, too, as she didn't have a light. She had to borrow my lighter. In fact, she hasn't given it back yet. It was a promo item from my band's latest tour. Has her logo stamped on the side. Let's make note of that. Mr. Bright, please just proceed giving your formal statement to the court. Fine, fine. Alright. This is the 5th time the 3 of us has attended the Greenacre Halloween party. Jackie, Merrill, and I have been friends since grade school. So anyway, at midnight, Merrill had to move off to start clearing up the site. Part of her job. I thought I'd go for another smoke with Jackie while we waited for her. But I couldn't find Jackie anywhere. I lost track of Merrill too. In the end, I just left. I got home around 1 a.m. Okay. Very well. Miss Aquila? You may begin your cross-examination. He seems quite cavalier about his relationship with Merrill and Jackie. That's probably where I should start. This is the 5th time the 3 of us has attended the Greenacre Halloween party.
Hold it.
You like it that much? Sure do. I'm hoping Trachosaurus can headline the event next year. He likes the event. End of story. Hawk, there's being expedient and there's just being rude. Merrill and I have been friends since grade school. Same for Jackie and I.
Hold it.
How did you meet? Well, it's a long story. Involving some homework, a pineapple, and a huge badger. Is this really relevant? I suppose not. Let him talk about the badger, Hawk. So anyway, at midnight, Meryl had to move off to start clearing up the site. It's part of her job.
Hold it.
You didn't ask if she needed help? Of course I did. I'm not a complete jerk, you know. But she insisted. Said something about how she wasn't allowed to let party attendees into the site's storage unit. Guess that makes sense. It's private property after all. I thought I'd go for another smoke with Jackie while we waited for her.
Hold it.
A social smoke? Something like that, yeah. But I couldn't find Jackie anywhere. I lost track of Meryl too.
Hold it.
You lost track of them? The camping grounds are dark. Plus, there are like trees and stuff. Quite a big place. I suppose that's fair. It was midnight after all. In the end, I just left. I got home around 1 a.m.
Hold it.
You just left without seeing your friends? I did look for them for about 20 minutes. Still, the party was over. We all live in different directions anyway. Something's not quite right about the way he refers to Jackie and Meryl. Do I have any evidence which gives a better idea of their relationship? Okay. Evidence.
Objection?
No, I fucked up.
Penalty.
Okay. It'd be this.
Objection.
No. Oh, fine. Okay, I fucked up. That was it. Fine. Jack and I dated last year for a few weeks. It didn't work out. You never told me that. Why didn't you? If anything, please restrain yourself. Carry on, Mr. Bright. Lately, Meryl and I had started to grow a bit closer. And Jackie was fine with this? I feel like okay, real talk, I feel like the hate part could have brought this out too. I don't know why this game seems to think that one piece of evidence is good for enough. And Jackie was fine with this? I mean, she never said she had a problem. Just how dense is this guy? Anyway, when it got late around 11 p.m., Meryl and I crept off for some alone time. I didn't see Jackie after that. I see. Your Honor, the defense requests that this information be added to his testimony. Very well. Witness, please add this to your statement. Lately, Meryl and I had grown closer, but Jackie seemed just fine with it. Anyway, at midnight, Meryl and okay, she moved on. Smoke, but I couldn't find Jackie anywhere and I lost track of Meryl too. In the end, I just left. Got home around 1 a.m. Something's not right about the way he refers to Jackie and Meryl. I guess maybe this is why. Objection! You may not be aware of it, Mr. Bright, but Jackie hates Meryl. Seriously? Yes! Whoa. Be that as it may, Miss Aquila, is further discussion in this area good use of the court's time? The witness left the scene long before the event, and I am unsure if he can offer any more. Insights. I don't like it, but I can't see any other line of questioning. Not every witness is going to be helpful. Still, maybe he gave us more than we realize. I doubt it. I concur, Your Honor. We can move on. Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Hawk. While that short diversion into the love lives of these three people was informative, none of that changed the fact of the case. Mr. Bright's testimony ends just after midnight. So that still leaves Meryl in the building with fire lighting equipment and a proposed motive for the crime. But I didn't start the fire. Please listen to me. I would never do such an awful thing. Miss Tidefell, please control yourself. You better think of something, Nina, and fast. But Hawk's right. Wright's statement was no help at all. It was, though. Trust in your client's innocence. If Meryl's innocent, then Hawk's case is just a theory. Constructed to fit the facts. The only way to beat him is to come up with a better theory. Think. Another theory. What do we really know? Mr. Bright was with Meryl, but she broke off to clean up after midnight. Bright went home about 20 minutes later. Then, in the next 3 hours, someone started a fire. Mr. Bright had gone home, but Meryl and Jackie were still at the camping grounds. Wait, could it be? Miss Aquila, does the defense have anything to add more? Miss Aquila, does the defense have anything to add before I pass judgment? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. I think we missed something very important here. Mr. Hawk? You claim my client is guilty because she was present at the scene. Yes. And had a motive to start the fire? Yes. Wait. What's your point, Aquila? Perhaps you didn't look closely enough at your own witnesses. What?
Order.
Ms. Aquila, are you seriously suggesting that someone else could be responsible for the fire? I am. Yes. I don't believe Meryl started the fire. I believe it was Jackie. Jackie Marsden, the witness. If I may, Your Honor. Jackie was present at the scene. Wait. Jackie's whereabouts between midnight and 3 a.m. are unknown. Wait. And it's obvious Jackie hates Meryl and wanted to sabotage her date with Travis. Wait. I won't stand by while you say such mean-spirited things. What sort of person do you think I am? Your Honor. Yes? I want to testify again.
Objection!
Judge Tawny, I must protest. You forget yourself, Mr. Hawk. The rules in this scenario are quite clear. The witness may testify if she wishes to do so. Yes, ma'am. That was a ruse, Chad. Alright, we're getting more. How dare you accuse me of wrongdoing? I waited at the entrance to the campgrounds for hours. Well, that was short. Statement made under emotional stress. Statements made under emotional stress usually are. Aha! But there's something there. Very well, Miss Aquila. You may begin your cross-examination. Okay, Nina. Time to knock this one out of the park. Okay, continue. I waited at the entrance to the campgrounds for hours. Okay. So. Jackie, there's something which has been bothering me about all this. Why were you there? What? The party was over at midnight, according to Travis.
Objection!
There could be many reasons she would wait around. For 3 hours? That just means Meryl had plenty of time to set the building on fire. She's clearly guilty. She was rooting around in the main building for ages before I caught her. Drill down far enough, you always hit pay dirt. And I think you just drilled in the real Jackie Marsden. Witness, are you suggesting you saw my client inside the building before the fire? Didn't. You wouldn't. So what if I did? You said you waited by the exit of the campgrounds for ages. Why then didn't you check if your friend was okay once the fire started? Did it? Just because you were jealous? You started the fire while I was inside? Pfft. Don't be ridiculous. After all, you were the only one with fire lighting equipment. How would I have started the fire? She's right. Unless... Wait. Did she have a way to start the fire? She did. Miss Aquila, I'm going to need you to present proof. Jackie, you did have a source of ignition with you. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You got it from Travis Bright earlier that evening. And you instructed him not to tell anyone about it. No. And judging from your action, I'm willing to bet that you still have it right now in this very room. Can't possibly. I mean... Sorry. Wrong, Miss Aquila. We'll see about that. Detective Flatfoot. Yes, Your Honor. I will submit the paperwork later. Form a stop and search on this woman immediately. Mr. Hawk, do it. Hey, stop! Why did I say it like that? Cease struggle, Miss Marsden, or we'll hold you in contempt of court. Well, just a few items, Your Honor. Set of keys, smartphone, and one lighter, which appears to bear some sort of design. Well, don't keep us in suspense. What's the design? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have my glasses with me. Mr. Hawk, don't just stand there. It's like a dinosaur and a guitar. Trichosaurus Rex. I don't know. That's not how it's pronounced, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Miss Marsden, is she okay? Oh wow, she actually fainted. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to enter a statement into the record in light of recent events. Go ahead. The prosecutor's office has taken Jackie Marsden into custody. We plan to charge her with arson, with intent to murder, or at least reckless endangerment. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. We'll have to wait for the trial to truly close this matter. However, Ms. Aquila, defense has made one thing quite clear. The prosecution's case against Meryl Tideville does not stand up to scrutiny. Therefore, on the sole charge of arson, I pronounce the defendant
Not guilty.
hell yeah. Alright, we did it. It only took 2 hours. Well done. How do you feel? Like, I feel like I'm about to throw up. Good. What? That's just the adrenaline. You'll be fine in an hour. How can you be so upbeat? We came within an inch of losing. Meryl Tideville would have gone to jail over a false accusation. You want to know a secret, Nina? Something they don't tell you in law school? It's always like this. More often than not, the case will go right down to the wire. But you have to just keep pushing. Keep up the pressure. And have faith in your client's innocence. Have faith in your client's innocence. Even when no one else does. That's what you did today. And that's why I think you're going to be a great defense attorney. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Anya. Really amazing. Yeah, I know. Now put on your best smile. I think I hear Meryl just outside. Thank you. Thank you so much. To tell the truth, I got worried a few times during the trial. But you were incredible. You never lost your cool. Even for a second. Like a swan. Believe me. It's my job, Miss Tideville. I'm a defense attorney. Oh, don't be so modest, Miss Aquila. You're a bona fide legal eagle. It really is. Gotta admit. Kinda like the sound of that. Babe, you're here. Oh, Travis. We should probably give them a moment. Not on your life. I want to see how this goes. Meryl, babe, I'm so happy you're okay. Let's go out to celebrate. I mean, my band has a gig later. We can fit it around. Why didn't you tell me you and Jackie dated last year? If she had a problem, I thought she would just out and say it. You should have at least mentioned it to her. Babe, stop calling me that. Travis, I'm going for a celebratory drink with Nina and Anya. We are? Looks like it. Then what am I supposed to do? You can start by apologizing to Jackie. I screwed this up, huh? No, Travis, you didn't. Not really. Jackie did. And chose to set fire to that building. Still, seemed like a decent guy. Go talk to her. You'll feel better afterwards. Sure. Cool. I'm out. Laters. I'm sorry you two had to see that. It's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Awkward. So, drinks? Sounds like a plan. Not even lunchtime. Quitting time somewhere, right? Let's get some mimosas. Go sign yourself out, Meryl. We'll meet you out front. Did well today, Nina. Even after the rocky start. So lighten up. A good attorney learns from their defeats. But a great attorney also makes time to celebrate their victories. Each case is a fresh start, with a new client and a new chance to help someone who needs it. And sometimes, maybe just a couple of times in your career, it's a chance to put right something that's gone wrong. Remember that, okay? I'll see you outside. The rest of the day, if I'm honest, is a bit of a blur. However, I did my best to burn Anya's advice into my memory. Part of me felt it'd be important someday. Jackie Marsden from the Clink. That's gonna cost you extra. Yeah, you can take care of her. What's your timetable? Yep, in 2 weeks. No problem. You won't have time to blab. Another one? Who? The defense attorney? No. Never mind why. That's my business. Plus, papers say she's a bit of a rising star. Too much for my blood. Too high profile. Anya Miller, your supervisor? Yeah, it could be arranged. I'm thinking poison. What's that? You want her alive? I see. It'll be difficult, sure. But I like a challenge. Next time on Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle. Didn't do it. You need to stop running, Anya. I didn't shoot her. I didn't. I believe you. But after the department's combing the docks for you, you have to let me take you in. Drop the gun, Anya. Anya Miller, I'm placing you under arrest. I'm not wearing this. Oh, come on, Nina. It's in your contract, remember? The direct viewer segment at the end of each episode? Or case? I don't care. I'm not wearing a leotard. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I do. I do like... Gunbuster? Is that what that's supposed to be? Gunbuster? It's Gunbusters. It's an anime. Okay. Great. Don't forget the ears. And the tail. The what now? If it's red and white, it's from Gunbuster. The ears. I get. What are the wings about? Hello? Okay, yeah. Welcome to Aquila channel, a special viewer-facing segment where we talk about the viewer, or player. Feel ridiculous. I'm a lawyer, not a croupier. Hush, Nina. In this segment, normally we'll talk about the legal ideas and pop culture references from each episode. Ooh, I get to talk about legal stuff? Okay, so... Hold up, Nina. This episode, we have much more important things to talk about. If you say so. This was just the first case of a Nina Aquila legal, and was really just a tutorial. If you hear him, that means you just played it. Nina's adventures are just starting. This was just the first step. Though, we don't exactly have the best sets. And our props are all hand-me-down. All our props are hand-me-downs. And I think there's a stain on this bunny girl outfit. Okay, enough about that. Now you can move on to Chapter 2. A bigger adventure with a variety of features including exploring crime scenes, speaking to witnesses, minigames, a city overworld, and me. Who's he? We'll talk later. So, if you like this first taste of Nina Aquila Legal, we like to call our fans nailers. We do not like that. Anyway, if you like what you've seen, tell your friends. See you soon. Nina Aquila Legal, Chapter 2. Broken Wings. Hey. Anya? Hey. You'll get paid, right? Because if I have to wear these ears again... Shh! Till we're clear. What kind of actor are you? So, thank you guys so much for watching the first part of Nina Aquila Legal. This game is really good so far. If you want to play this on your own, there will be a link down below. I highly recommend it. I'll be posting the Steam page and the itch.io. If you want to support the developers a little more actively, the itch.io is definitely the way to go. But I'll leave it up to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for checking out the first part of Nina Aquila with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.